I keep getting this question, how does credit repair really work? And to me, I always like to ask the question, why does it work? And the reason why is because there's rules and regulations that protect us as consumers, and these bureaus and creditors have to abide by. So if you're somebody considering credit repair, stay tuned on this video right now. Back to the topic. So I keep getting asked this question by consumers, clients, friends, family, and they keep asking, how is it possible to do credit repair, right? Or how does that work? And I always like to go ahead and go into the why, right? So us consumers, we have appointed certain officials, people in power, and they have created rules and regulations that protect you and I as consumers. And the reason why, it's because there has been times that things like credit repair companies, they do unethical things, or they don't do things the right way, right? So because of that reason, we have appointed certain people in power, and now they created these rules and regulations, not only on the credit repair side, but also with banks, institutions, financial institutions, mortgage companies, real estate offices. And what I love is that, guess what? There's an order to this madness, right? It has to things work. So one of them, which I actually like a lot, which is the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission. If you guys have never heard of this, I highly encourage check out the ftc.gov website. And in the ftc.gov website, what the primary focus of that act is, which is basically to govern or to regulate companies or industries, in a sense, to hold them accountable. So in a sense, if there's anything that you've ever gone through, maybe through a company, and you felt that there's been some sort of unethical practice, or you haven't been treated the proper way, or you kind of feel like if somebody went ahead and took advantage of you, you could literally go into this website and you could even do a complaint if you like. That's one of the things that they actually allow you to go ahead and do. Besides that, it's filled with tons of information from financial. They provide information and tools and resources to us. So there's a lot of things that you could obviously go ahead and take advantage of when it actually comes to the ftc.gov website. So for those who have not checked that out yet, I highly encourage. Again, there's also rules and regulations in there, things that you can do. So go ahead and check that out. Besides that, we also have what's called the Fair Credit Reporting Act. The Fair Credit Reporting Act was amended back in 1971. And now it states that everything has to be verifiable, accurate, and complete for the purposes of making sure that everything that's being reported on our credit report is accurate. We want to make sure that it's right. Why? Because we all know, and I've said this in different segments and different videos, 1 out of 5 Americans has a discrepancy so large that could deny them from a loan. And the reason for that is because, again, this is, in a sense, it's in the Bureau's best interest to have all this. This is why these rules and regulations protect us, so that we're able to exercise them. If there's anything that we want to go ahead and challenge, we want to go ahead and dispute, this act allows us to be able to do that. Not only that, if you go into a car dealership in a financial institution and you go ahead and apply for a loan, you want to know if you got approved or denied, especially if you got declined or denied. Guess what? You want to know the reasons for that. And this is why that act was actually put there, to make sure that we also get a copy of our credit report, our credit scores, and a reason. This way, we're able to work towards these goals, towards whatever it is that we're actually seeking to obtain, and to obviously better our financial situation. Besides that, we also have what's called the Credit Repair Organization Act, which is the CROA. What I really like about the CROA is that the CROA was actually created for the purposes of protecting us consumers against predatory credit repair companies. So, obviously I've heard of so many rumors, so many things that companies back then, they used to obviously just take clients' money. They wouldn't do work for them. So there's certain steps and procedures that the CROA obviously enforces. So one of the things, key components, so what the CROA does, it obviously enforces, you can't, as a credit repair company, you can't guarantee anything, and you can't promise anything when it comes to credit repair. If you go ahead and if you're interested in that service as well, then in that particular case, that company has to go ahead and give you certain disclosures. They have to let you know pricing up front. there can't be any kind of surprises when it comes to things like that. And I think that's really, really important when it comes to, obviously you're looking to better yourself, and the last thing that you want is to be behind the 8 ball. So the CROA is one of those things that it could actually go ahead and benefit us. It helps us out. Besides that, we also have what's called the Telephone Consumer Protection Act, which is kind of like what the Fair Debt Collections practice is, and I'll go into that as well. Which in a sense, this helps us out. So, because sometimes, guess what? If we've had debt in the past and we get all these harassing phone calls, you could literally let the person in the other line, let them know to take you off the do not call list. If you want to go ahead and request anything via regular mail, you have that right. And that's what that is put in there for, right? So we could stop those harassing phone calls. So I'm following up with the Fair Debt Collections Practice Act, and what that act's going to go ahead and do for us. That one I really like because it really protects us as a person. So in a sense, we don't want people to be in our business, right? So if for whatever reason you do have an account, it did go into collection, that creditor cannot provide information to third parties such as your employer, your friends, your family member, only to you. They can't disguise themselves as attorney's office. If they're not, they have to tell you stuff legitimately. Besides that, they have to also give you in writing. Once they've started the conversation with you, they have 5 days to send you notification in writing. If you go ahead and again, if you let them know not to go ahead and contact you to a collection agency, that also enforces it, which that's another benefit. And again, if these rules and regulations are broken, then there could potentially be a compensation for their negligence. So this is why I like to go ahead and always talk about rules and regulations with regards to things with regards to the credit repair world. And this is why credit actually works. This is why credit repair works. And it's because of the rules that they've put in place. So I hope this video was very informative. If you're obviously, I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple of links as well to some of these rules and regulations so that you guys are able to go ahead and check them out yourself. I will have a follow-up video talking about the real specifics on these rules and regulations so that this way you guys could empower yourselves. And if you are considering credit repair, know that these rules and regulations have been put here to protect us. So if you obviously like this video, just reminding you guys to subscribe, like, share, and if you guys have any comments, leave them so that I'm able to go ahead and create additional topics and also elaborate on specifics. So thank you so much. Hit the subscribe button on top, and till next time, take care. Yeah, I know, my love. I'm leaving now. It's just that I still haven't been able to do the video, bro. I just literally just got the intro.
It's my fault.
Chris makes me nervous.